Will you come with me to the infirmary, Henry?
Of course. Wouldn't let you go alone, would I?
I didn't think so. Tell me, Henry, didn't the abbot seem anxious to you?
I don't know. But fear of an unknown illness is natural, isn't it?
Well, that's true, but I don't know.
The plague's a terrible illness. But surely they'd recognize it in the infirmary. Why would he need you?
Well, the thing is, the monastery isn't in great shape. Not that you'd notice right away. King Wenceslas borrowed heavily from Sedletz, and now the monastery has to sell land to pay off its debts. And when Sigismund marched on the town with his army, that didn't help matters either. And if plague really did break out, that could be the final nail in the coffin. The abbot might be forced to dissolve the monastery. But let's not jump to conclusions. I want to see the sick with my own eyes before we start worrying about the plague.
It's your bloody fault anyway. Oh, I struck you first, and that should have ended the duel, you know?
So, this is the Confessor. What do you make of it, Henry?
He looks worn out. Doesn't even notice us. Whatever's wrong with him, it's clearly taken a toll.
Exactly. At his age, any illness hits far harder than it would a young and healthy man. Well, the good news, I suppose, is that he's not in agony. Pain's part of life, but no one deserves to suffer too much.
Really? No one? I can name a few exceptions.
A patient isn't a friend or foe. He's a person, like you or me. A person who needs help.
All right. So, is it the plague? Or...
Well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but...
Albich? Albich of Unichov?
Zacharias? What are you doing here?
Wherever His Majesty goes, I must follow. You know how it is. But why aren't you in Padua, studying? Have you been missing your homeland?
I was summoned home for urgent matters. And since I'm here, the abbot asked for my help.
Ah, yes. This plague he's so afraid of.
Plague? Do you believe it? Am I such a poor teacher?
Of course not. But until now, it was just my word against the abbot's. In other words, I am truly glad you're here, my friend.
Henry, allow me to introduce Master Zacharias of Prchatsitz. He once studied under me, but became a trusted friend, and eventually the personal physician of King Sigismund.
You flatter me, Albich. The road to that post was a good deal more torturous than you make it sound. And you are...
This is Henry. Peter of Pisek recommended him to me as an escort. Strongly recommended him, if you get my meaning.
Quit complaining. You might find an aide like him more useful than you think. Anyway, this here is Dinesh. He didn't come entirely of his own will either, but he's proven a reliable man.
Dinesh Latskvi, gentlemen.
Well then, now we all know each other, shall we finally return to the matter of the patients? Zacharias, I presume the abbot summoned you for the same reason as me.
Aye, though I've only had time to merely examine them all.
So what did you find out?
All three share the same symptoms. It begins with weakness, then comes fever, rash, and later bloody diarrhea. By far the best off is the confessor here. He can still talk. The maid and the translator from the scriptorium are much worse. They sleep most of the day, and when they do speak, it's nonsense, because they're delirious with fever.
Right. In that case, first we need to bring down the fever. Have they given you anyone to assist?
Yes, Benedict. He's a novice and a bit odd, but he knows more about alchemy than most.
We'll need linen and clean water for compresses. Pre-boiled water is best. Have you got chamomile decoctions?
Benedict brews a fresh batch every evening.
And what are they feeding them?
Mostly bread, fruit. Yesterday they had fish, but they haven't eaten much of it.
That doesn't sound like proper food for the sick. If they've got a fever, they need to be drinking a lot, don't they?
You're right. This is no good at all. They might as well be feeding them dry pretzels. They should be getting something light and nutritious, ideally in liquid form. Broths, stews, thin porridge.
Agreed. Dinesh will speak to Solarius Julian. You know the way to the kitchen, right?
Consider it done.
Then fetch herbs from Joachim. I gave him a list of what we'll need.
Gentlemen,
Joachim, you say? Well now.
Who's this Joachim? You know him?
The monastery herbalist. He lives in a hut in the garden behind the infirmary. But if I were you, I wouldn't bother him too much. He's a grumpy old fellow.
You say that because you don't know him. I'll tell you more about him, Henry. But we have more pressing concerns right now.
Can I help in any way?
The best thing you could do is find out what the patients were doing before they ended up here. Diseases spread through foul air. So if we find where the three of them were breathing the same air, we'll find the source of the infection too.
Who should I start with?
If I were you, I'd start with the confessor. He's the only one still lucid enough to speak. Better hurry. He might take a turn for the worse any moment.
Who should I ask about the maid?
As far as I know, her name's Blazhena. She gets her work assignments from Steward Zdenyek. So I'd go and speak to him. And apparently, she's got a friend here. She might know something too. Try and find her.
Who might know the monk who was translating in the scriptorium?
Everything to do with books is handled by the librarian. His name's Crispin. He likes the sound of his own voice, but if you're patient, he might tell you what our patient was working on.
Can I help with anything else?
No, that's more than enough now.
Once you've found something, come back. Maybe we'll have figured out more by then.
Can't you at least be quiet while you do it?
Try to calm down first. Where did you say it hurts?
Down here, under my belly. It's like...
God bless you.
Brother Petromil?
Yes, and you are?
My name's Henry. I'm accompanying Albich of Unichov. The abbot said you'd show me around the monastery.
Of course. The monastery grounds are extensive, and I'm glad you're open to advice on getting around. Would you like to go now?
Yes, please.
Our monastery was the first Cistercian monastery in Bohemia, and is thus the mother of all our order's monasteries in these lands. This is the gate to the monastery. Within the monastery grounds, you'll find the workers' dwellings, farm buildings, and fish ponds. And on the far side of the monastery, we've got an orchard and gardens.
I saw quite a few knights here. Do they live here?
Those are brothers of the Teutonic Order. The abbot offered them lodging while they're gathering resources in Kuttenberg for their next campaign.
Sigismund, knights. The abbot really tries to help anyone, doesn't he?
The rule of Saint Benedict commands us to help those in need.
But
But I doubt Benedict meant the needy dressed in silk and steel.
Creator of heaven and earth, we praise you for the beauty of your creation.
Good day to you.
Careful!
This is the kitchen. From here, Salarius Julian oversees the state of the monastery stores and the meals for the brothers.
good to know where to come if I get hungry.
Yes, but please, try not to speak with the other brothers too much.
Why not? Have they taken a vow of silence?
The rule of Saint Benedict encourages the cultivation of silence. The brothers shouldn't be chatting idly, but rather turning their minds to work and to God.
What if I need something?
In case of need, of course you may speak to them. But for ordinary tasks and objects, we've developed our own gestures. You don't need to learn them, though. As a guest, you won't need access to such things. Let's continue the tour. Please, follow me. This is our monastery library and scriptorium. Brother Crispin, our librarian, does a splendid job. Our collection may not be the largest, but it's exceptionally colorful.
What's your scriptorium working on?
Brother Jaroslav is working day and night translating some Italian book. He's the most gifted translator I've ever met. But every gift comes with its dark side.
What do you mean?
Well, he's a bit of a free thinker.
And how does that show?
He asks senior brothers about matters a devout brother ought not to ponder, and such things have no place in our monastery.
Can I borrow any books here?
Yes, but please try not to take them out of the library. We already have trouble with brothers not returning them. I think I myself might have a forgotten volume or two in my cell.
Can I help with that?
That's up to Brother Crispin. But it's true he's overburdened and sorely short of time. Try asking him.
All right, I'll check with him. If Albich doesn't need me urgently.
That would be kind of you. So, let's move on. This is the chapter hall. Here, Abbot Jan receives important visitors and pilgrims.
You mean like when Sigismund came?
Of course. That was the most important visit, and duty of recent years.
And does he trouble you, being here?
Of course not. We vacated an entire wing for His Majesty and his retinue, so he'd be comfortable and the monastery remained peaceful. Apart from the occasional excursion, we barely noticed him.
Have you had any other such visitors recently?
The king brought his closest attendants. Even his physician, whom the abbot, I believe, also asked for help.
2 royal physicians in one place. That's quite the coincidence.
Indeed. That's why I'm also curious why your master has come.
I'd like to know that too. but that's far above my station.
I understand. Sometimes it's best not to know, just to act. Let's continue the tour. Please, follow me. Next, we'll visit the beating heart of our monastery. Please, ignore the ongoing work. Welcome to the Church of the Assumption of the Virgin Mary. It's the pride of our monastery, and the dominant landmark of the region.
What's with the hole in the floor?
Yes. That's one of the hazards of ongoing repairs. But that's not something a guest need concern himself with.
I don't mind. Tell me.
There's not much to tell. During repairs, the floor collapsed into the cellar spaces, and we're working on fixing it.
Oh, come on. There's got to be more to it. A cellar under the church? Storing onions on sacred ground?
Not onions, but bodies. Beneath the church is a crypt where abbots and other esteemed benefactors of the monastery are laid to rest.
I see why you wouldn't want to spread that around. It doesn't look like a good omen.
It certainly doesn't. Perhaps we should leave the laborers to their work and move along.
I'd like to stay in the church a little while longer. I've been staring at it from Kuttenberg. I'm glad to finally get to see inside.
Let it serve as a reminder of who tended to the souls of the people of Kuttenberg for decades.
And do you think they need it?
It'll do them good. The townsfolk are building their own church outside the bounds of our parish. They claim they should choose who'll oversee their town.
Isn't that right, though? If they pick someone themselves, they're more likely to listen to him.
But what of tradition? Of glory? Of all the service we've given to the townspeople? Not to mention how much of Kuttenberg stands on land owned by the monastery.
Oh? Which part?
That's a matter for the monastery. Let's continue the tour. There's not much left now. Did you notice the cemetery by the monastery when you arrived?
Hard not to. It's enormous.
Yes. For a long time now, people have traveled even from far and wide to bury their loved ones here.
Dragging a body all that way? Why not bury them in the village graveyard?
Over a century ago, Abbot Heidenreich went on a pilgrimage to the Holy Land and brought back soil from Christ's tomb. Since then, people have come here in great numbers. After the plague and the wars of recent years, their numbers have only grown. We recently built the ossuary to have a place to lay the dead. These cells are reserved for brothers who hold an official position in the monastery.
And which cell is yours?
If you come through the garden gate, it's the first cell on the right. But I spend most of the day making rounds around the monastery, or assisting the abbot, who has his office above us.
Why are they here, specifically?
The abbot's study is upstairs, so we can be close at hand.
Where does that gate lead?
To the garden surrounding the monastery. We'd prefer you didn't go there too much. That part of the garden lies beneath the wing occupied by His Majesty.
Should we move on?
Please, this way. Next, I'll show you the abbot's chapel.
Won't the abbot mind?
Apparently not. The Right Reverend instructed me to give you as thorough a tour of the monastery as possible, including the chapel. He said ignorance mustn't hinder your ability to assist your master. The last part of our tour. This chapel is where the abbot himself prays. The painting above the altar shows Archangel Michael weighing souls on a scale. We see sinners cast to hellish beasts and pious souls rising to the gates of heaven.
But if I buy indulgences, I can avoid hell, right?
For lesser sins, yes. Remember, indulgences only lighten your soul and shorten your time in purgatory. But no matter how much you give to the church, indulgences won't save you from mortal sin. I'll now take you to Master Albich in the infirmary. Please follow me. To the right is the gate to the monastery wing used during King Sigismund's stay. We're still cleaning up after such noble company, so it's currently inaccessible.
Please, dear brother, I can't anymore. Nothing's helping.
Try to calm down first. Where did you say it hurts?
And
Down
here's
here,
the infirmary,
under my
where
belly.
you'll find
It's
Master
like
Albich.
someone stabbed
Anything else
me
you'd
with
like
a
to ask?
red-hot poker.
I see.
Are there any other interesting places you haven't shown me?
What exactly are you helping Master Albich with?
Usually comes with its fair share.
I make sure nothing happens to Albich.
Then you'd likely get along with the Order Knights.
Trust me.
They're camped on the far side of the monastery. Master Ludolf even allows them to train with weapons here. Perhaps they take you in.
Don't mind. I'll take anything you have.
Are there places I'm not allowed?
Aside from the wing occupied by King Sigismund, the abbot has granted you access to the whole monastery. But again, I ask you, only speak to the brothers when absolutely necessary.
I'd say I know everything I need.
Now what am I going
I'll go and check what Master Albich needs.
Good luck. And God be with you.
And with you.
Excuse me.
Bloody monks. So much for helping others. Can't get any help here. To the bar. Nothing else.
How do you feel?
Like I'm turning inside out.
Don't worry. I'll let you rest. But first, I need to know who you've been seeing lately. And where.
What? Why?
Because we need to find out where and how you got infected.
What's that got to do with the others?
The sickness spreads through foul air. Anyone breathing the same air as you might be at risk.
You sound like you know what you're talking about. And I believe you've got your reasons. But I'm a confessor. I can't. I mustn't break the seal of confession or tell you what anyone confided in me.
But this isn't just about you.
Exactly. It's about the souls I help unburden of their sins. And the trust I'd be betraying.
And what about those who never got the chance to confess? What if they catch the sickness and die? Don't their souls matter to you?
It's not that. But I don't know how to help you.
Can't you at least point me in the right direction?
Perhaps you're right. I could at least point the way. There's something that might be connected to this dreadful sickness. Look in my cell. It's the one beneath the abbot's chamber, opposite the spiral staircase. Here's the key. I think you'll find something there that might help you.
What am I looking for?
That you'll have to find out for yourself.
I understand. I won't pressure you. Get some rest.
Wait, please. Do you think that I might ask you for something?
What is it?
I'd like to have some flowers. Something living to cover up the ever-present stench of decoctions.
What would you want flowers for? You'd be better off brewing a fever remedy from them.
Do I need a reason? I just like them. Their color, their fragrance. That's what I miss the most here.
I'll see what's growing nearby and bring you some. It'll brighten the place up a bit at least.
Thank you, lad.
About our little duel, one more thing.
Oh, give it a rest, for Christ's sake. My head's killing me.
And my shoulder.
There's not much here. So that's why the Confessor wanted flowers from me. He must like them. More flowers. Where the hell did the Confessor get so many valuables? Something doesn't add up here.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you.
About our little duel, one more thing.
Oh, give it a rest, for Christ's sake. My head's killing me.
And my shoulder, it looks like we're even.
I brought the flowers you asked for.
May the Lord reward you.
Here they are.
Thank you, lad. Would you put them in the jug for me?
You'll have to explain something to me. I expected all sorts in your cell, but jewelry? What's the meaning of it?
You'll have to figure that out. I've already told you more than I should have.
That's no help to me. It was all about the jewelry from the start, wasn't it? You sent me to find it.
I didn't send you for anything. You found it on your own.
How did you even come by that jewelry?
Honestly, that much I can tell you.
So you got it from someone? Not as a gift, I suppose. Maybe during confession?
You know I can't say any more than I have.
Well, then at least give me another hint. Where next?
I've pointed you far enough. The rest is up to you.
If you don't tell me more, I'll have to go to the abbot.
The abbot can't help here. The only one who can release me from the obligation of silence is the sinner himself.
Wait, so someone really did steal that jewelry? And you confiscated it? Or they gave it to you during confession?
Those are your words.
Thank you, brother.
Greetings to you.
I bet if I had some balls and a moustache, they'd treat me.
Greetings. What do you need?
You're Zdenyek, right? They say you're the steward here. I need to find out something about Blazhena.
She's lying in the infirmary. What's it to you?
She's in a bad way. Master Albich is treating her, but to work out what's wrong, I need to know what she's been doing lately.
Oh, I see. That's different. What do you want to know, then?
What sort of work does Blazhena usually do?
All sorts. She's a maid, so she does whatever needs doing.
Did she ever go into the monastery?
What would she do there? Women aren't allowed in. But she still manages to get where she's not allowed.
What do you mean by that?
It'll sound terrible with her being sick now.
Whatever it is, out with it.
I think she's been stealing. Lately, food's been going missing from the pantry, and she and I are the only ones with a key. I was just about to throw her out, but then she fell ill.
Where does Blazhena sleep? I'd like to take a look at her room.
What for? How do I know you won't nick something?
Excuse me? I can bring Master Albich here if you like, but he's got better things to do. Like saving Blazhena and the others.
All right, no need to shout. Blazhena sleeps in the house across from the church, like most of the help. When you enter, go through the door on the right, then up the stairs. Her bed and chest are by the window.
I'll take a look there if that's all right. Who was Blazhena closest with here?
She shared a room with Valerie. I had to separate them more than once so they'd stop chatting and get to work.
And how do I recognise Valerie?
Easy. She's the only blonde among the maids.
And where do I find Valerie?
That's her, standing over there. But listen, don't tell her what I suspect. She might take it the wrong way.
Where did you say I'd find Valerie?
That's her, standing over there.
Thanks.
Greetings.
I need to find something out about Blazhena. And they say you know her better than anyone.
Well, we share a room, but we're not that close, really. Why?
I'm helping the physician treating her, and anything I find out could help. I spoke to the steward, but he wasn't very helpful.
You mean Zdenyek? What did he tell you about Blazhena?
Not much, really. Just that she's a maid and all that. That's why I was hoping you'd tell me more.
Did he try telling you she's a thief?
And is she?
That scoundrel. I knew he'd try feeding you lies.
How can you be so sure Zdenyek lied to me?
Because I caught him red-handed. I saw him going through Blazhena's things. Her chest.
You think he was looking for something?
Maybe. I saw him take something out of her chest.
And do you know exactly what he took?
No. It was already getting dark, and the bastard's quick with his hands. But it must have been something small. Right after that, he slipped out and went down into the cellar outside.
Do you know where Zdenyek sleeps? Maybe I should have a look.
We live in the same house. Me and Blazhena sleep upstairs. He's got a bed in the kitchen downstairs, just opposite the door.
And what sort of cellar is it?
The entrance is in the yard, under the stairs. There's food down there, but mainly that's where the monastery wine is kept. There are a few rooms down there, and only Zdenyek has a key to some of them.
Sounds like a perfect place to stash stolen goods. But why would Zdenyek lie about Blazhena stealing?
I don't know what went on between them, but lately he's been giving her a hard time. I think he wants to get rid of her.
Now? When poor Blazhena's ill?
That's just grist to his mill. The poor lass can't even defend herself, and he wants to take advantage of it.
Why would the steward want to get rid of an ordinary maid?
Isn't it enough that he's a scoundrel? Maybe he fancied her and she laughed in his face. Serves him right.
Did Blazhena have a sweetheart?
That? I'm not entirely sure.
So someone's been sniffing round her?
I only ever saw her once, chatting cheerfully in the doorway of the monastery with some monk.
Monks aren't supposed to talk to women, right?
And I haven't told anyone but you about it, and you keep it to yourself too. Blazhena's got it hard enough as it is.
Where did Blazhena usually go around the monastery?
All over?
Right, but that doesn't help me. Where did only she go?
Zdenyek gave her the pantry key, so she was the only one who had access to it.
And where is that pantry?
That same cellar I already told you about. The one I saw Zdenyek run into.
That'll do for now. I'll take a look in that cellar and see what I can find.
Right, but how is all this supposed to help Blazhena get better?
Well, to be honest, I don't know myself. But Master Albich said to find out what I can.
And how is Blazhena doing?
Honestly, it's not looking good. She's burning with fever and spends most of the time rambling.
Poor girl. I'll pray for her. Let's hope she recovers. I miss her high spirits. And her laugh. Without her, it's so horribly quiet here.
See you soon, my friend.
That's a lot of coin. Suspiciously much for a common maid. It's pretty wet in here. These must be barrels from Lorca. Why is there wine spilled everywhere? Wine in a tub? But it looks watered down to me. An empty wine barrel. Someone's been hammering these barrels shut. Of course. Now I get it. Steward Zdenyek's watering down the monastery wine. If the abbot found out about this, he'd throw him out.
Greetings to you.
I know you're watering down the monastery wine.
I beg your pardon?
Don't act like you didn't hear. You know exactly what I meant.
You feeling all right? Maybe you should lie down.
I saw your cellar.
What? But no one's allowed down there.
And I know exactly why. Now we're gonna have a little chat.
All right. But not here. Come with me, if anyone heard you.
Where are we going?
To the hop field. There's no one there now. No one will hear us.
I'm not going anywhere with you. We're talking here and now.
Oh, come on.
No, come on.
Shh, not so loud.
What, you don't want anyone to hear? Then talk.
All right. I won't say another word. Just stop shouting. So what the hell do you want from me? Coin?
Why did you lie to me about Blazhena? About her stealing?
What's Blazhena got to do with all this anyway? Did that bitch tell you something?
Don't speak about her like that, you hear me? The poor girl might die. And anyway, why would she tell me anything?
Because she figured it out too. One time I forgot to lock the cellar door behind me and she caught me at it.
So that's why you lied about her?
Treat me.
So no one would believe her if she gave you away? You're a right bastard. You know that?
Go to hell.
They say you were rummaging through her chest. And you took something.
What kind of nonsense is that?
Don't deny it. They saw you. So what did you take?
I found a key in her chest.
What key? What's it for?
It's for the monastery cellar.
You mean your cellar?
No, it's the key to the cellar under the monastery.
But how would Blazhena get something like that? Women aren't even allowed in the monastery.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Christ. And that's all you know?
That's it, I swear.
Then give me the key.
I don't have it on me.
So where is it?
It's hidden, where I keep the silver from the watered wine. I figured you'd want something in return for keeping quiet.
That's exactly what I thought.
All right, come with me.
Poor Muddy, who died of a bellyache.
Do you know what's going on with Joachim as of late? I went to him to get some sage for cooking, and received
Come closer. I don't want to shout here.
Where's the key?
Damn it. If you'd only wanted the bloody key, but that's not enough for you.
What the hell are you on about?
You wanted my silver too. I know your kind. Never satisfied. No matter how much they're given, it's never enough to shut them up. You left me no choice.
Then keep your silver.
Too late for that.
Look, all I really want is the key.
Then why didn't you say so straight away when I offered to pay you?
Just so you know, you're not getting off that easy.
So you were just bluffing?
Exactly.
All right, I'll trust you. Here's the key. Wait! Promise me you won't tell the abbot about the wine. He'd have me hanged, or kicked out if I'm lucky. But if I stay here at the monastery, I could be useful to you.
How useful?
As the steward, I can get all sorts. Lockpicks and other handy things.
Fine. I'll keep it to myself. But now clear off.
Greetings. What would you like?
You're Brother Crispin, right? I'm here about Jaroslav. I heard he works here as a translator.
Ah, yes. Poor Jaroslav. I pray daily for his recovery. God has blessed him with an extraordinary talent and a sharp mind. It would be a terrible loss if... But no. Such thoughts help no one. And who are you, anyway?
My name is Henry. I'm helping Master Albich in the infirmary.
Very well. What do you want to know about Jaroslav?
Could you tell me, please, where he was staying?
He has a cell in the dormitory upstairs. Go up the stairs in front of the scriptorium and turn right. Then it's the 5th cell from the door.
Thanks. I'll take a look. What exactly was Jaroslav doing here?
He's working on a translation of a book that came to us all the way from Genoa. While he was well, he spoke of nothing else. He knows Latin, Italian, and French, and thanks to his work we have several valuable translated volumes in the library.
What book was he translating?
It's called The Decameron.
And what's the Decameron about?
I've not read it myself. I'm not as well versed in Italian as Jaroslav. I was waiting for him to finish the translation, but he spoke of it as a groundbreaking work of indescribable value. He even believed it might one day uplift the Christian people beyond their worldly suffering. He was so excited he barely ate or slept, just kept working. I thought it best to let him focus solely on the translation and assigned his other duties to others.
Where did Jaroslav work?
Here in the scriptorium, of course. You'll find his usual place right by the entrance. But be careful, he's got something unfinished there. He's spent so much time on it that it must be nearly done by now. It'd be a shame to ruin it just before completion.
Don't worry, I'll be careful. Who here knew Jaroslav best?
Most likely Brother Celestine. He helps with copying books too, though he doesn't have nearly the same talent.
Celestine, you say? I should speak to him. Thanks. That's all I needed.
Till we meet again.
It's almost empty. What was Jaroslav working on all those days? Plans of the cellars? What did he need those for?
Good day.
What do you know about Brother Jaroslav? The librarian said you knew him better than anyone.
That's right. We joined the monastery at the same time and just got on somehow.
Was he recently at confession with Brother Stephen?
Why are you even asking?
Master Albich put me up to it. He's treating him now. He said it might help if we knew more about Jaroslav.
I see. And how is he? Is the treatment working?
It's not looking good so far. He's still delirious. Barely reacts even when someone speaks to him.
God have mercy.
If you tell me what you know about him, it might help him.
What did you want to know?
Has Jaroslav spoken to Brother Stephen recently? About confession, maybe?
I don't think so. Jaroslav doesn't neglect prayer or fasting, but he only rarely resorts to confession.
So you mean he sins, but avoids confessing it?
He hardly sees anything as sin. How can I put it? He chose a life of asceticism, but he's not afraid to live. He once said, Why would God create the world if he didn't want man to discover it?
With that view of the world, I doubt he's found many kindred spirits here.
That's true. Some of the brothers find him a bit odd. He and the abbot often argue too.
Then why hasn't the abbot expelled him yet? He must run out of patience one day, no?
Jaroslav's the most gifted of us all. What would take others years to copy or translate, he'd finish in a few months. Thanks to him, the library's grown with loads of valuable volumes, and the abbot knows it well.
How does Jaroslav spend his time?
Same as all of us. Work, prayer, studying the scriptures, and sleep. Jaroslav is completely immersed in his books. He's currently translating a new one from Italian. It's called the Decameron. He often stays in the scriptorum late into the night because of it. Shows up for morning prayers with his hands, sometimes even his nose, stained with ink.
And what does he do all night that he doesn't even sleep?
He copies or translates. It's no easy job, it takes focus, and at night no one disturbs him.
What's the matter? You're suddenly all prickly.
I just don't like where this is going. Jaroslav just works hard, that's all. There's nothing wrong with that.
Sounds more like you're hiding something from me. And I think I might have hit on something, eh?
You don't know a thing.
Really? Then how do you explain that in all that time, he's barely translated a few words?
What makes you say that?
Well, simple. The book is still lying in the scriptorium, and when I opened it, it was practically empty.
That's... You must be mistaken.
Why don't you believe me?
I do. I just don't want you going around and slandering Jaroslav left and right.
That's really not my aim. But I think I might be onto something. I just don't yet know what. And if you won't tell me anything, I'll probably have to ask the librarian again.
Wait, don't say anything to Crispin.
Oh? And why not?
Because he simply wouldn't understand. Oh dear. Promise you really won't tell anyone.
Word of honor. Now talk.
All right. I just hope Jaroslav forgives me. One night, he accidentally woke me. The door to his cell creaks horribly. I already suspected his translation was taking oddly long, so I followed him that night. At first, it looked like he was heading to the scriptorum, but after he went down the stairs, he turned right and went down into the cellars. But when I went in after him, I couldn't see him anymore. I lost him in the dark.
And you've no idea where he might have gone?
Not a clue. As far as I know, it's just barrels of wine down there. And empty wine barrels.
Why didn't you want to tell me?
Because I just don't want Jaroslav to get expelled from the monastery.
Just for going to the cellar? That doesn't mean anything.
What if he was meeting someone down there? Someone no one's supposed to see him with.
What, like a woman?
Well, I once saw him standing in the monastery doorway with some wench, and they looked like they were having a grand old chat.
And where exactly did you lose him in the cellars?
In the corridor leading to the scriptorum, at the passage to the stairs to the lower level.
The wench you saw Jaroslav with, was her name Blazhena? Because she's now in the infirmary with that same illness.
I don't know. I was mainly looking at Jaroslav. I don't even know any of the maids by name.
That's enough for now.
Made worthy of the promises of Christ. Pour forth, we beseech thee.
This must be where Jaroslav got lost when Celestine followed him. There's wine in the air. Someone must have spilled a cask. Someone's walked through the spilled wine. The trail continues here.
What the? Hey! How did you get in here? And who are you?
I'm trying to find out more about the 3 sick people in the infirmary. And all the signs led me right here.
Christ's precious passion. May the Lord forgive us.
Forgive you for what? And who even are you?
Wojtek. We were, writing a book here. All of us.
What book are you talking about? You don't mean the Decameron?
Oh no. Jaroslav finished that one long ago.
What are you on about? The book on his lectern in the scriptorium is almost empty.
When Jaroslav started translating the Decameron, he soon realized what it was really about. He became afraid that if Brother Crispin, or, God forbid, the abbot, found out, they'd forbid him to continue the translation. They might even have the book destroyed. What a loss that would be. So once he'd finished the translation, he hid it down here instead.
So, what's the Decameron actually about?
That's not such an easy question. And you don't look like someone who came here to talk about literature.
Then at least tell me why Jaroslav was afraid to hand over the book.
Because it represents a new way of thinking. It doesn't focus so much on our Lord, but more on man. On human virtues, vices, good and bad intentions, and all the forms of love.
Really? All of them?
All of them. Mind you, the book pokes fun at the church a little.
And you, as servants of God, were fine with that? It mocks your faith.
I said the church, not God. There's a difference, even if not everyone wants to see it.
Right. So what was Jaroslav working on down here then?
The Decameron left a strong impression on him. He decided to write a book of his own, in the same spirit, to celebrate what is as valuable to man as love, or the spiritual life. He later asked Brother Ernest and me to work on the book together.
And what exactly did Jaroslav want to write about?
About humor, wit, laughter. About everything that can make a person laugh.
Oh, I like that. I enjoy a good laugh just about any time.
Then you and he would have got on well. Jaroslav believed that a sense of humor could help a person in hard times just as much as strong faith could.
There's something to that. Who knows how I'd have ended up if I hadn't been able to laugh at myself from time to time.
Just like Jaroslav said, laughter and humor are gifts from our Lord, among the mightiest. But the brothers probably wouldn't see it that way. That's why we met and worked in secret. Sometimes we'd write all night, other times we'd get into heated debates. And sometimes we just tried to outdo each other with witty sayings.
So, basically you were sitting down here telling jokes all night?
Among other things, but mostly we were working.
Go on then. Tell me one of the jokes you came up with.
Now? All right then. All right. Here's one. Do you know why monks lie down in the meadow among the sheep? Because they're waiting for the good shepherd.
Tell me another one.
Why doesn't the monastery's rooster crow? Because he's taken a vow of silence too.
Tell me another one.
What do you call it when someone robs a storeroom full of pulses, but then repents and puts everything back? Appeasement.
Tell me another one.
How does an astrologer flag down a wagon?
No idea.
By his sign.
Tell me another one.
A knight goes to confession and tells the priest, I feel a great weight on me that won't let me sleep at night. The priest replies, Have you tried taking off your armor before going to bed?
Tell me another one.
So I went to see the apothecary, but I didn't like him at all. He was totally apathetic.
Well, I'm not sure this is a good idea, but tell me another one.
Some of our brothers have a lot in common with God when they're working. Everyone knows they exist, but no one's ever seen them.
Tell me another one.
What were the last words of St. Lawrence when Emperor Valerian had him roasted alive on a grate? Turn me over. I'm done on this side.
Tell me another one.
What book has the most leaves in it? A herbarium, of course.
Tell me another one.
The brothers are praying when suddenly the candle goes out. The novice gasps, "It's a sign." The older brother says, "Yes, that someone's breathing too hard."
Tell me another one.
5 clergymen meet, and they've nothing to tell each other, because they all turned up.
I don't even want to anymore. But tell me one more.
The kitchen lad complains to his master. "The cellar's terribly damp." "How do you know?" asks the master. And the lad replies, "Yesterday, a fish got caught in the mousetrap."
Tell me another one.
Brother Julian cooks fish every Friday and calls it fasting. We just call it a test of faith.
Well, that one was a bit dry.
So was Christ when he walked on water.
Tell me another one.
I think I'm out of jokes.
Oh, shame. I was hoping to hear a few more.
Sadly. But once Jaroslav gets better, we're bound to come up with more.
Who helped write your book?
Me, obviously Jaroslav, and Brother Ernest, and also Blazhena.
And what was Blazhena doing here? She's a maid. She probably can't write. And women aren't allowed in the monastery, are they?
I didn't get it at first either. Why Jaroslav brought her here. If anyone had found out, the abbot would have thrown us all out. But I soon understood. Humor isn't just for the educated or wealthy, let alone just for men. Laughter belongs to everyone. How could we grasp its breadth with just our limited experience? Put simply, Blazhena and her sense of humor truly are a gift from God.
Who exactly is Ernest? I don't think I've met him.
One of the older brothers. He's in charge of all the building and repairs in the monastery.
And do you know if he might have fallen ill, too?
No idea. But now that you mention it, I haven't seen him for a while. And when I think how Jaroslav and Blazhena are doing...
I'd best go and check on him myself. Where's his cell?
It's one of those under the abbot's quarters. The middle one on the right, if you're facing from the courtyard.
What about the elder confessor, Stephen? Was he never part of this?
He's got nothing to do with it. He doesn't know a thing, unless someone slipped up during confession.
And how are you feeling, anyway? Are you all right?
Yes, at least for now.
No symptoms? Weakness, rash, fever, anything?
Nothing like that, I swear.
If you start feeling bad, report to the infirmary at once. Understood?
Of course.
Where did you say Brother Ernest's cell is?
It's one of those under the abbot's quarters. The middle one on the right, if you're facing from the courtyard.
How long have you been meeting here?
Since the start of summer.
So at least 30 days?
Roughly. I don't remember exactly. Sorry.
I've heard enough. I'll go and check on Ernest now.
Wait. What about me? What's going to happen to me?
I told you, if you're not feeling well, go to the infirmary. Albich will take care of you. Don't worry.
I meant our book. Please, don't tell the abbot about it. We weren't doing anything wrong, but if he found out, he'd throw us out.
Why would I tell him? He didn't do anything wrong here.
Thank you, and may God protect you.
Whew, it's damp, chilly, but the air is clean. If the disease really spreads through foul air, then they must have caught it somewhere else. Loads of written parchments. They really must have been meeting here for a long time.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
God be with you. How's the watch going? Christ! I'm too late. Rash. Same as the sick in the infirmary. He died sooner, so he must have been the first to catch it. Some building plans. Looks like a church, and underneath, probably a crypt. I should tell Albich about this. I found another infected.
You're not the only one. While you were gone, they brought in several more. So, where's your sick man?
With the Lord now. I found him too late.
Lord have mercy. Do you at least know who it was?
One of the monks. His name was Ernest.
That's the second death today. Let's hope it's the last. The Confessor's dead. Old Stephen.
Don't blame yourself. I'm sure you did everything you could to help him.
We tried, but sometimes there's just nothing we can do. At least we know he's no longer suffering. And what about you? Did you find out anything about the others who are sick? Do they have anything in common?
I found some jewelry in Stephen's cell. It looked quite old.
Jewelry? Where would he have got that from?
He might have stolen it. But given how strict he was about the seal of confession, it doesn't seem likely. Maybe someone else stole it. But guilt caught up with him, and he gave it to Stephen during confession.
Maybe. But surely we'd have heard about such a theft by now. Unless...
They stole it from someone who can't tell anyone anymore. Do you think we've got a murderer here?
I've no idea. It's all just guesswork.
I found out that Ernest, Jaroslav and Blazhena were meeting regularly. There's a secret copying workshop in the cellar.
A secret? But why? And what in God's name was she doing there?
From what I gathered, the translator got hold of some indecent book in the vernacular. I think it was called...
The Decameron?
Yes. You know it?
It caused quite a stir at the university in Padua. The students loved it, the masters forbade it, and the clergy cursed it. But back to the matter. What else?
Jaroslav was only supposed to translate the book, but it ended up inspiring him to write something of his own, and that's what he was working on with the others.
That explains why those three got infected. Do you think it happened in their workshop? Did you notice dampness, mold, any strange smell or bad air?
Nothing like that. It was damp, but the air was otherwise clean.
In that case, someone must have brought the illness to them.
But who?
Probably Ernest. If he died first, it would make sense.
Well, maybe the illness just killed him faster because he was older. Like the Confessor.
That's possible too.
So, what are we going to do now?
We'll go to the abbot. You, Zacharias, and I. This is getting out of hand, and the number of sick keeps rising.
To the abbot? Right now?
You think waiting will solve anything?
You've all come. That can't mean anything good.
The truth is, more are falling ill and the infirmary's filling up fast.
We're trying to give them all they need. But soon there'll be no beds and they'll have to lie on the floor.
How many have died?
The old confessor, Brother Stephen.
And Brother Ernest, too.
Ernest?
He died in his cell. No one even knew he'd fallen ill.
So, it started then.
Ernest wasn't treated. Even mild illness can be deadly without care.
And Stephen's age didn't help either.
When the Black Death last swept the town, it also started slowly. The old, the sick, and those no one missed were the first to die. And then we couldn't even bury the dead in time, let alone give them the last rites. Now, the Lord is punishing us for it.
We do have some good news. With Henry's help, we might soon uncover where the infection's coming from.
We know that Brother Jaroslav and that maid both met with Ernest, so the illness must have spread between them.
They all met? Even the maid? Why?
Well, I didn't mean they were all together at the same time. Just that both Jaroslav and Blazhena had encounters with Ernest.
Why would a maid be meeting with Ernest? That makes no sense.
Ernest never left the monastery grounds.
He did, in fact. Fairly often. He was one of the few allowed out for work reasons.
Then they must have run into each other by chance, somewhere outside.
Very well, then.
Just breathing the same foul air as someone infected for a while puts you at risk.
And since I found Ernest already dead, we believe he's the one who brought the sickness among the others. If he was the first to die, then he must have been the first to catch it, right?
But where did he catch it?
I don't know yet, Father. But I have certain suspicions. I found building plans in his cell. Looked like a floor plan of the church.
That means nothing. Ernest oversaw all construction work in the monastery.
And what had he been working on lately?
He'd been supervising repairs in the church. A floor had collapsed above the crypt recently. He was assigning tasks to laborers and overseeing the work.
Which crypt do you mean?
Some important nobles are buried there. But most of all, it's the tomb of my predecessors. May their souls rest in peace.
That might be the source of the foul air. The illness could have spread from the exposed crypt.
I ought to go into the church and inspect everything thoroughly. Especially that crypt.
That's not a good idea. If the illness is really spreading from there, no one should go in.
I understand your concern, Zacharias. But Henry is right. At this point, it's just a supposition, and we must put it to the test.
Enough. What nonsense is this? No one's going into that crypt. The disease is spreading. The infirmary is full. We've already got 2 dead.
Father, I understand you're afraid, but...
Afraid? I'm not afraid. I bear responsibility for the whole monastery, for every living soul. And it's my God-given duty to do everything I can to protect them from the plague.
Father, wait. Just give us a day. 2 at most. I'll just find out where the sickness came from.
You won't get another hour. The monastery is to be sealed. No one goes in, no one comes out. All the monks are to withdraw to their cells.
What about us? You want to keep us here against our will?
I don't want to, but I must. And at the same time, I humbly ask for your help. Believe me, you'll be repaid when the time is right. You came to me with a certain request. Help me, you may consider it granted.
It's for the best, Albich. Even if it turns out not to be the plague, it's still a deadly illness, and we're within sight of the town. If it spreads to Kuttenberg, it'd be a disaster.
I know. But as you wish. I'm sorry, Henry, but I'm afraid we have no choice.
Tibi Domine, fratrum nostrum, militer commendamus, ut quem in hac vita mortali, immenso semper es prosecutus amore, nunc amalis omnibus liberatum, et requiem in gredi iubias sempiternam. Tuam ergo clementium deprecamur, ut via prima iam transierunt, illum in paradisum tum begnine perducus, ubi neque luctus, neque clamor, neque dolor erit ultra. Sed pax et gaudium, Filio tuo et Spiritus Sancto in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
What now?